Hi everybody and welcome to TWC 301. I am Dr. Mosco. I will be your instructor for this class and because it is a class that is offered in Canvas and Canvas is new to the ASU campus, I thought I would go and create a little how-to. If you're already familiar with using Blackboard, Canvas is not very different at all on the student side. On the instructor side, it is slightly different, but it's pretty user-friendly. So when you open up this class, you might see this. You might also see something that looks more like that. Okay. Just know that there are 7 units in the course plus a welcome, and each one of the units can be opened by clicking on the cute little pointy triangle, and then you will see what is contained in there. Okay. Obviously, the first time you go in, please go to the welcome and start here. I'd like to point out some information here so that you can be better familiar with what you're going to need to do for the class. First, the schedule overview will list all of the due dates for the class, including initial discussion posts and response discussion posts. So that would be a pretty important page. You might want to print it. The next thing you might want to look at about is information about me. You can look over there. The syllabus is also an important section. We're going to go over that in a little bit. The syllabus agreement, how assignments are graded, which we will go over, a welcome discussion, okay, and hallway conversations. Okay, I just want to talk about hallway conversations right now for a second. So in hallway conversations, you can post questions that you normally would ask other students or ask in class. I do enter the course every day as a general rule. However, I am not 24/7, so once I go into the class, look to see if there are any questions. I may not go back into the class again, so it could be the day before an assignment is due and you would like to ask a question. So that's what we use this for. All you have to do is hit reply. If you have a question, you'll go ahead and type in whatever your question is, being as complete as possible, and you will hit post, and then your discussion post will be there for other people to see. Do not ask questions of a personal nature about your grades, etc. This is more for general course questions or for clarification, especially since this is, a new class in Canvas. Things might be turned off that I have to turn on or something, so please just feel free to use that. If you always want to be on top of what is in the hallway conversations, you can subscribe, okay, by clicking on subscribe, and you will get a message in your inbox anytime anybody posts in there, myself or any of your classmates. So that could be helpful. Okay, we're going to go back to modules and the welcome discussion, okay, is pretty much similar. You will go ahead and read the prompt. Okay, and you will go ahead and hit reply and type your reply. Okay, you can use all of the editing tools if you like. Okay, and then when you have finished, you will click post reply. So if I say something, just to say testing message, I can go ahead and click post reply. And then that message will be in the list of messages that you can read. Okay. Okay, let's go back to modules. Let's go and look at one of the units. Okay, Unit 1 is the intro. The units are pretty similar in format. There are objectives that you can look through. And if I want to see the next thing in this unit, it's really helpful to go to the next button instead of using your back arrow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click next, and it will take me to that next module in the list. So it has the readings. It tells you what chapters you need to read, and then it has a link for any readings that I'm providing for you, okay, that you can click and open. Strongly suggest you download these and not try to open them in Canvas, because who knows how Canvas is going to act with that. Okay. The next thing in each unit are the activities, so you'll know what you need to do. Okay. There is a style guide discussion, and there is a persona development assignment. Okay. If you want to know more about either of those, you merely click on the assignment name, and it has the parameters for the assignment. Okay. It also includes when the initial post is due and when your responses are due. And you just create a response just like you have done in the welcome discussion. Okay. Note that you're not going to be able to see anybody else's responses until you yourself post your initial post. So you will really have to post your assignment first before you can get to anybody else's. Okay. So after I look at this discussion, I want to continue on. So I'm going to click on Next again. And this is another assignment. Not another assignment, it is the assignment. Okay. So there was the discussion, and there is this assignment. Please disregard the fact that it says graded discussion. It is graded, but it's not a discussion. Okay. So once again, what you'll want to do is read, click on any of the links to additional readings. Okay. And you will post your response by clicking on reply. Okay. How do you know when this assignment is due? You can go right back all the way to the modules. And the schedule overview, which is up here, will tell you that that assignment is due persona July 5th. Okay. Also indicates that your Unit 1 initial post is due July 3rd. Responses are the 5th. The syllabus agreement that was from the welcome unit was July 2nd due, as well as your welcome discussion. Okay. So all of the assignments are listed here. So I'm going to go back to my modules list, okay, and I'm going to go back down to my Unit 1, okay, and so far we have covered every one of these. The objectives, what you're going to learn or responsible for, the readings, the activities, which lists what you have to do, discussion, and then there is an assignment. And that is pretty consistent for all of the units. I do not think I have any units that have anything extra or anything deleted. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're going through the course. Okay. The next thing I'd like to do is go back to the syllabus and click and download the syllabus. Okay. I already have it opened. I'm just going to go through it briefly. Please contact me via email. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. We have the learning outcomes, the textbook, which is required, as well as additional readings that are in Canvas. Okay. Since this is a class in digital media, you need to have access to a reliable computer that has sound, that has graphics. You need internet access. You're going to need a digital camera or a cell phone with a camera, a microphone, speakers, flash plug-in, Acrobat Reader, and Word or comparable. You also may be needing some of these presentation tools and image editing tools that are down here. Okay. Please be sure to back up all of your work in case of a technology failure. Okay. If you have technology-related difficulties, please contact the ASU Help Desk. Okay. The course disclaimer. okay, as well as how we will communicate. This next section, the course structure, just kind of shows you visually what I've been showing you in this screencast. The grading standards are the next item that I want to talk about. We're using workplace standards. Workplace standards are intended to simulate what would happen in the workplace. So if you fulfill all of the objectives of the assignment, you will receive a C for adequate work. Okay, you wouldn't in the workplace be getting a promotion over an assignment that you turned in where you just fulfilled what your boss had asked you for. If you would like an A, you need to go beyond the assignment requirements. Okay, and for most of these, you can pretty much figure out how to do that. If you have any questions about that, you can always Hallway Conversations it, or you can send me an email. A is reserved for excellent work, which when turned into your boss would get you a promotion or a raise. So just want to think about that. There is no extra credit. Here are the assignments and the point breakdown. Okay. The final course grades, I do have the discretion of plus minus for any of the letter grades. Late work is not accepted at all. Discussion submitted late will earn 0 credit. Assignments submitted late will earn 0 credit. You cannot make your initial post and your follow-up post on the same day. So make sure you look at the schedule and plan ahead. Okay. The university policies are next. You can go over and read them. If you have any questions about any of them, you can go ahead and send me an email or Hallway Discussions. So now I'm going to go right back to the course modules. Okay. And just want to caution you on just one thing. Okay. While it is easy to keep going back to modules and opening and closing, I find that it's a lot easier, especially when you're just working your way through the unit, to be in the unit, click on the first item, and then to use the next buttons and the previous buttons to work your way back and forth. Okay. Announcements is another important area. This is where I will be posting announcements that are of a general nature. You are responsible for checking that. So here's my first announcement to you. I'm going to go click on it. Okay. And there it gives me the assignment, or rather the announcement, and tells me as a student what I need to do. Okay. Click back on home. So as you can see, if you've been familiar with Blackboard or a different course management system, this is not all that different. We will of course have some learning pains, but we'll figure them out. And that's just kind of an attitude you have to have when you're using digital media. Sometimes things happen and you have to use a workaround. Just kind of be very, very problem solving, and you won't have any difficulty doing so. I think that's all I wanted to talk to you about. Please make sure to go ahead and send me an email or post to Hallway Conversations if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll look forward to working with you and seeing all your work. Bye.